Hello students, hope you all are well. Actually, we all are passing through a tough situation nowadays, and we have to defeat this situation with all our patience, positivity, and maintaining the COVID rule, obviously. So, you all stay home, stay safe, and always use the COVID protocols. Okay? So today let's start our geography online class. Today we will start a new chapter, that is chapter 4, urbanization. Okay. So firstly, before I telling you about the what is urbanization, I wish to tell you that what is settlement. We have to learn what is settlement. Actually, large group of people living together in geographical proximity to each other, enjoying almost similar socio-economic benefits from settlements. So, in simple words, we can say what is settlement? A large group of people from similar socio-economic background forms settlement. So, a large group of people from similar socio-economic background forms settlement. And there are two types of settlements in geography: rural settlement and urban settlement. What is rural settlement? Actually, when these people are engaged mostly in primary occupations. What are primary occupations? Primary occupations with relatively small population, these settlements are called as rural settlements. Primary occupations with relatively small population, mind it. So you can say what are settlements? So you can say that settlements whose inhabitants are engaged in primary activities. Primary activities such as their agriculture related activities are called as primary activities. These type of settlements are most closely and directly related to land and are dominated by primary activities such as agriculture, animal husbandry, fishing, etc. And size of this settlement is relatively small. A rural settlement tends to have small population and low population density. You can say here rural settlement where the inhabitants engaged in primary activities. What is primary activities? As I told before, related to agricultural activities mainly, and animal husbandry and fishing also called as primary activities. And its size is relatively small. Rural settlements size is relatively small. And small population and low population density. So what are the characteristics of rural settlement? Engaged inhabitants of such type of settlement engaged in primary activities, size is relatively small, and small population and low population density. Okay, these are the characteristics of rural settlement. They are from rural settlement forms in village. Okay, and now is urban settlement. What is urban settlement? On the other hand, our urban settlement, a larger group of people engaged in secondary occupations. So secondary activities, or also we can call it as tertiary occupations. What are tertiary or secondary occupations? Jobs included the health service, transportation, education, entertainment, tourism, finance, sales, retails, etc. This type of people, these inhabitants of urban settlements, they enjoy better socio-economic facilities. As they stay in urban areas, they enjoy better, their standard of living is better than the rural settlement. Actually, an urban settlement is a densely populated area comprising mostly man-made structures. Man-made structures means roads, buildings, bridges, railway stations, airports, etc. Urban settlement often has a large population size and high population density. In urban settlement, life is much more comfortable than the rural settlement because of the facilities. For the facilities to live a comfortable life, the people from rural areas goes to urban settlement. People from rural settlement goes to urban settlement for what? To live a better life. Okay? And here I'm telling you that the characteristics of urban settlements are the inhabitants engaged in secondary occupations. And the size is big. Size of urban settlement is bigger than rural settlement, comprising man-made structures. As I told before, man-made structures are buildings, roads, bridges, railway stations, etc. And here in rural settlement, small population and low population density, and characteristics of urban settlement is large population and high population density. Okay, and for the facilities to live a comfortable life, and as I am telling you, that from people from rural areas goes to urban areas, and they migrate to cities or urban areas. From village to maximum of people they migrate from village to urban areas. Well, that means cities in search of better life. Okay, better job opportunities, and the population increases in the urban settlements in this way, as the people from rural areas goes to urban areas for their betterment, for to live a better life. So population of urban settlements increases always. The process of moving and relocating of people from village to cities or towns is called urbanization. So here it is, urbanization. So we have already learned about what is rural settlement and urban settlement. Now we come to know what is urbanization. Urbanization is the process of moving and relocating of people from villages to cities or towns. Urbanization is the increase in the proportion of people living in towns and cities, and as compared to those living in villages. In villages, as the life is not so much comfortable, and in cities it is more comfortable, and to live a better life or better job opportunity, people from rural life, they goes to urban life. They like to live a urban life. And in this way, the formation of towns and cities and their growth in size, it increases always. Percentage of the people living in urban areas are increasing across the globe in this way. And urbanization creates socio-economic, cultural and environmental changes. Changes in settlement patterns, and they are inevitable as the settlement patterns changes, and with the growth in economy and size of the population. The rate of urbanization today is more rapid in the developing countries like us, like India is a developing country. The most developing countries are located in the eastern part of the world, our India too. As per a report by the Department of Economic and Social Affairs of the United Nations Secretariat, it is predicted that by 2050, about 66% of the world's population will be living in urban areas. Okay, so now let us know about the what are the causes of urbanization. So I go to the book and I'll tell you, explain you what are the causes of urbanization. Okay. So I'm telling you now the causes of urbanization. Actually, urbanization occurs as a result of people moving out from rural areas to urban areas, as I told before. A variety of factors facilitate the process of urbanization. So, what are the factors? The first one is industrialization. So, industrialization was the first major cause of urban growth. It was started in the late 18th century in England and later it spread to Europe and North America, gave rise to many industries. Increasing number of factories in the cities created a demand for labor and people migrated from the villages to get jobs in these industries. Expansion of industries in Europe and North America led to rapid urbanization in the 19th and early 20th centuries. People migrated from the rural areas and started living closer to their workplace to reduce the cost of communication. Okay, and the next point I'm telling you about the agricultural related activities. Actually, agriculture related activities form a major part of occupation in rural areas. But such occupations provide lower incomes. Agricultural based occupations provide lower incomes. The earnings from many of such jobs are not much sufficient to support a good lifestyle. Besides, environmental factors like rains and drought also affect agriculture. So, people migrate to cities in search of better jobs and higher income to sustain their families. In India, the introduction of mechanized farming during the Green Revolution led to increased unemployment in the rural areas. The people who lost their means of livelihood migrated to urban areas in search of jobs. Now, I am telling you about the social factors. Social factors such as better uh, better educational and health facilities. Firstly, I'm telling you about the educational facilities. Actually, the quality of education in villages is usually low. Besides, the number of schools and colleges in villages are also less. Sometimes the educational institutes are located far from their homes and students have to travel great distances to reach their school or colleges. Therefore, students move to cities that provide better educational facilities. Okay, so this was the educational facility which the city or urban settlement provides. And next is I'm telling you about the advanced medical and healthcare. Uh, Actually, cities also provide advanced medical and healthcare facilities as compared to rural areas. In cities, there are many charitable institutions that provide free or low cost medical treatment to the poor. the next point I'm telling you that the cycle of urbanization and modernization allows people to access a sophisticated lifestyle, which includes urban housing with comfortable facilities, better transport, and improved communication. To avail such facilities, people living in relatively lesser developed areas to centers of urban livings. They go to the centers of urban livings. For example, Mumbai, Kolkata, Delhi, such metro cities continue to attract people from rural areas with promises of better living standards. So people move to the such metro cities for better living standards. And the next point is urban areas have also grown in size because of natural increase in population caused by high birth rate and comparatively low death rate. And the last point that I'm telling you, that the spread of education and globalization has made people aware of the world around them. The development of technology, such as the internet, has given people access to what is happening across the world. Today, a cell phone is essential for everyone. You know that nowadays a student also need a cell phone. It's important to you too. And otherwise, from a farmer to a transporter, each and every occupation, the persons who are in each and every occupation, they need a cell phone, as we are going to be digital. We all are going to be digital, you know. And thus villages located closer to cities undergo transformation and became urbanized. For example, I can tell you about the in India, for example, Pune, Bhopal, Hyderabad. These the, these locations, they are transformed into urban centers. Okay. So this was the causes of urbanization, industrialization, social factors, and agricultural occupations provide lower income, so that the urban people, the village, from the village, the rural people goes to the urban settlements, and the cycle of urbanization and modernization. Okay, so these are the main points. This much for today's class, and in our next class I'll tell you about the impact of urbanization. Okay, so you all stay safe and secure and be positive, stay positive until our next class. Bye.